What is up, everybody? I'm the Retro Nerd, and welcome to another episode of Retro Night. And this time around, we are playing Kirby's Dream Land for the Game Boy, the first ever Kirby game ever. This is his first game ever. So, let's get into some facts about this game and some details and stuff about this. So, of course, you know, this is the first appearance of Kirby, first appearance of King Deedee, first appearance of... was Meta Knight in this one? I think Meta Knight was in this one. I think he's been a staple in the whole series. If not, then he came around like maybe part 2. But anyways, so in this game, now, if you remember the title screen that you saw of the Game Boy artwork, Kirby was white. Yeah, that's before they, you know, officially came up with the color. I think someone wanted him to be white, or was it yellow? And then Shigeru Miyamoto wanted him to be pink, I think. Someone wanted him to be pink, and, you know, someone didn't get their way and got pissed, and, well, if he was still white, you know, it'd just be kind of weird, because it's just a bland color for a character. I understand if, you know, on the Game Boy, you know, you didn't really have color, it was just green and black. But, you know, if you guys were going to later on put them on the consoles and stuff, you guys eventually would have had to, you know, choose a color, because, like I said, white's just bland and plain and boring. So eventually they would have had to choose a color. But I'm glad it worked out and went with pink, because he went, if it was any other color, he probably wouldn't be as iconic or rememberable. Yeah, fucking word again, rememberable. Fucking A. Whatever. As he is now. So pretty much him, you know, if he was blue, not a lot of people could remember him. It's that pink color that makes him stand out, you know. Him being a boy character and pink's, you know, pink not being really a boy color made him stand out. So another key feature in this game is Kirby does not get powers. So when you suck up enemies, you do not gain their powers. The only thing you have that you're able to do is suck them up and then shoot them back out, or puff up while you're flying and then shoot out the puff of air as damage. That's all you can do. I know it seems kind of boring, and another key one is no save system on this one. This one you had to play straight all the way through. Yeah, you had worlds and levels and stuff like that, but you had to play it all the way through. And that's kind of sucked, because I was planning on playing it all the way through, but I was like, I'm going to be at this forever and ever, and I had to cut it down to just it being a retro night instead of it being a full play. But I am doing Kirby 2 all the way through, because it has a save feature, so I can always turn it off and go back, you know, to it. Kirby does have like special items and stuff, like a microphone that he can get, and if you suck it in and then spit it out around enemies, he'll like scream into it. So like they had the ideas for powers, but they just didn't know how to do it yet. And you know, because the microphone eventually becomes one of his, you know, powers. But like I said, you know, they just didn't know what to do. I mean, you can suck up bombs and then shoot them back out and they explode. I mean, along with, that's sort of like one of his powers, the bomb power, you know, where he eventually, I think, shoots bombs or throws his bombs, some shit like that. But the way they got around the whole power system too is they had flying stages where Kirby will just fly and pretty much you're just flying, but you get this power up, and what it does is lets you while you're flying just shoot constantly until that power up runs out. Usually the power up usually runs out about towards the end of the flying part of the stage, and it's fine, it works. You know, they didn't know what they really wanted to do yet. This is the first Kirby game, so a lot of the ideas that you see nowadays in Kirby games, you know, weren't in this one. You know, they had some kind of idea for maybe giving them powers and stuff like that, but they just didn't know how to do it yet, because, you know, they were still figuring out all the kinks of the Game Boy. You know, Game Boy having a lot of limitations and stuff, so it's good that they did this and it didn't blow up right away. It wasn't until like later on with like the Super Nintendo ones and stuff like that that a lot of people got, you know, caught up in the whole Kirby fever, I guess, where he became like a more recognizable Nintendo character. So, but anyways, guys, that's been the episode of Retro Night. We were playing Kirby's Dream Land for the Game Boy, and I highly recommend playing any Kirby game because, as I said in my Kirby's, was it Nightmare in Dreamland, on my Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland, also Epic Yarn and Kirby Adventures. I like Kirby because they're really easy games and they're simple, and it doesn't treat you like, oh, you made a mistake, you're an idiot type of thing in video games. It's like, hey, you made a mistake, you better watch what you do next time, or you're gonna keep dying that way. But it's not like games nowadays. It's like, oh, see that thing you did? That's your fault, because you're stupid. And I always like Kirby because he's cute, he's cuddly. The ladies dig him. It's something to throw out there when you're talking to the ladies. It's like, hey, I like Kirby. Do you like Kirby? It works sometimes, depending. Mainly only geek women find that attractive. But anyways, guys, I've been the Retro Nerd. This has been an episode of Retro Night. Like I said, we were playing Kirby's Dream Land for the Game Boy. And like how I like to end my videos. Retro Nerd out.